Attention, stations on the network. Our broadcast will begin in 1 minute from my mark. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, mark. That was your 1 minute time check, stations.
On the Central Bank Tiger Network from Learfield, live from Harpo's, the Missouri Bar and Grill, this is Tiger Talk with Kellie Harper.
Pulls up from 3 and hits it. Holy cow, Abby Schreck, 5 of 8 from 3 tonight now.
Now, here's your host, Brad Trinago.
Good evening and welcome to another edition of Tiger Talk, the final Tiger Talk of 2025. Alongside the head coach for Mizzou women's basketball, Kellie Harper, I'm Brad Trinago. Jeremy Washington engineering things for us here at Harpo's. We've also got Sam Rowe from KMIZ helping us out, Haley Berry from Mizzou Sports Properties, and back in Jefferson City, Cale Rollins on the ones and the twos for us at Learfield HQ. Big thank you to the host of Tiger Talk for basketball season, Harpo's Bar and Grill, located in downtown Columbia, a staple of downtown Como since 1971, now featuring a new food menu. Check out the daily specials and the expanded space to host your next event. Of course, we're on the Central Bank Tiger Network. You can also watch Tiger Talk locally through the family of networks through KMIZ and in the St. Louis area through Matrix Midwest. We're also on the Mizzou Athletics Facebook page tonight. Mizzou 10-3 on the season after an 82-66 victory at St. Louis University on Sunday. Mizzou back in action this coming Sunday at home against North Alabama. That'll be a noon tip, so an 11:45 a.m. broadcast start, and then one more game before the new year hits against Kansas City coming up on December 28th. We're going to have Coach Harper with us for most of the hour. Coming up at about 6:30, though, we're also going to welcome in a senior from Indianapolis, Jayla Smith. Let's start out, though, with Coach Harper, and let's start out talking about that victory at the Billikens, Coach. Your team was down 8-0 right away, a 17-2 run after that, though, and never trailed from there. What changed after the first few minutes, you think?
We started the game, our first two possessions, we had layups and missed them, contested layups, but missed them. I thought defensively for us, things started out a little slow. I thought St. Louis I thought they were very methodical and just kind of lulled us to sleep a little bit on the defensive end, and it just took a few possessions to get going, and when we did, we were fine. That game we'd like to be better, but end result, you get a win, you come home happy.
Absolutely. You trailed by at least 8 in each of the last 3 games. Now, the good news is you won 2 of them, and even in the setback against Illinois, it was a 1-point game in the 4th. Is there a common thread you're seeing at the start of these games?
I don't know necessarily if there's a common thread, but obviously it's something that we look at. We want to start better. We want to start really with a little bit more energy, and not try to see how the game is going to be played and try to sit back and get the feel. I think we need to be a little bit more aggressive on each end of the court to start the game, and get a little bit more confidence instead of I get the feel that we're kind of trying to feel it out instead of maybe dictating a few things. So hopefully that's something we can grow with.
You used the term casual with me when we spoke post-game. Is that what you meant, kind of that?
Yeah, I don't know how else to say it. The word casual just really defined it. I thought, we're a little casual offensively, a little casual defensively. We're okay. We're going to make this okay. And that's not really what we want to see. We want to see intensity. We want to see more urgency. So, again, hopefully that's something that that we can find more consistently as we move forward.
Tiger Talk with Mizzou head coach Kellie Harper here at Harpo's in downtown Columbia. There were certainly a lot of positives from a 16-point win against an in-state rival. One of those was forcing 19 turnovers in the game. SLU's leading scorer on the season coming in, Lex Nelson, gave it away 9 times alone. How do you feel like your team had so much success in that aspect of the game?
Well, I think, we weren't overplaying the passing lanes. We weren't giving them anything easy. I thought we did a pretty good job of junking it up a little bit defensively. So somebody puts a ball on the floor and they should see multiple, in this particular game, gold jerseys. I thought we did a pretty good job of knowing personnel. Sometimes when we're playing opponents, we will allow threes. We will contest some, and we will get after some. We don't even want some to shoot it, and then we'll say, you're allowed to shoot that because we'd rather you shoot it than someone else. So I thought we did a pretty good job of really taking away the strengths that those players had.
Something that stood out, too, from that game was the really good scoring balance. 6 different players scored at least 8 points. Let's start with Chloe Sotel. She's really ramped up production as the season has gone along. She had 16 against SLU, including 4 3-pointers. She's pulled down 17 total rebounds over the last 2 games, and especially when it comes to the boards for the 6-foot guard. What's been working lately?
Well, I think she's playing with really good confidence, and I do think Chloe plays with competitiveness and an intensity that our team needs, and that shows up for us mostly on the defensive end and the boards. And so I think that's where Chloe has made a huge improvement. And there she's been really important to our team. And then her confidence gets going, and now she's scoring the way we know she can score. She can really shoot the basketball. She has good savvy. She has good instincts when she's out there, and she's really been pretty consistent on both ends of the court as of late.
And, speaking of improved rebounders lately, Grace Slaughter, we've talked about her work on the boards lately. She finished with 16 points and 5 rebounds in the game on Sunday. I have noticed the last couple games you've subbed her out pretty early on. Is that something just because she's going to play a ton late, so you're trying to rest her when you can?
Yeah, we try to be strategic about our substitution patterns. If you've noticed, if you want to know the truth, if any of our players are getting an early foul, they're usually the ones that are coming out early. They're coming out first. I don't have a lot of depth. We don't have a lot of bodies over there that we can just throw at people. So we have to be very strategic and very protective in those moments. Sometimes it's that. Sometimes it is. Illinois, she had an early foul. I mean, third first play defensively,
it was real quick,
foul.
yeah.
So we wanted to sit her for a little while and try to play through a few minutes without her, because I cannot have her get a second one that early in the quarter. And then, we know that she's going to play a lot of minutes, so we just try to be very strategic on when those breaks are going to come.
I'm guessing this is a kind of a game-by-game deal, but when you have a situation like that where a key player like Slaughter commits an early foul, what's the decision, I guess, on when to bring her back in? I mean, if the other team rattles off like 10 in a row, is it like, oh, dang it, we got to go back to her, or can you just kind of massage it a little bit?
Yeah,
I guess?
it's a little bit of a feel, and it's a little bit of how the game's being played. With her, we were able to take her a little bit through that quarter, I think, and get the team stabilized with her out there, and then we were okay. But you just have to weigh those things, right? And because if she gets 2 in that first quarter, I mean, a lot of people, and we may have to play her in the second quarter, but that's tough. A lot of people don't want her to get 3 before the first half is over. So we just have to be really strategic. And I think everybody's different. Grace is such an aggressive player offensively that could lend itself to an unintentional foul, right? And so players like that that could get it just because they're aggressive, those are the ones you've got to be a little bit more protective of.
Tiger Talk with head coach Kellie Harper. A couple other standouts from the win against SLU on Sunday. Shannon Dowell scored 16 points. She was coming off her first game all season not scoring in double figures against Illinois. She wound up scoring 9 as it turned out. But did you feel like that was a little bit of a bounce-back performance for her?
Yeah, I think, she's able to get to the rim. I think right now she's she's seeing different defenses. Illinois was, I think at that point, they were one of the better defensive teams we'd seen all season, and they really made things tough for her. That was absolutely their game plan, and I think it was a learning experience for Shannon, and how she might see some defenders moving forward when we get to SEC play. I think that's good. That's why you play those games, to try to help yourself get prepared and get better. But it was good to see her kind of bounce back with some confidence there, in particular against St. Louis.
Jayla Smith was the fourth Tiger to score in double figures in that game. She finished with 13. Again, she'll be joining us later on in the show, so we'll save the bragging on her for later. I want to ask you about Abby Schreck. Had a really interesting and I thought impressive all-around performance. 8 points, 5 rebounds, 3 steals, 2 assists, and a block. It's kind of like Chloe Sotel. I think with both of them, the first thing you think of is, all right, they can shoot the ball really well. But they both, especially in that game, are doing things for you beyond just shooting. I thought
what Abby was able to do that game, you said it right. I mean, she really stuffed the stat sheet. At one point, I'm sitting over there going, I think Abby's going to break her record in steals. I thought she had 4 at the time, only credited for 3. But
4 would have been, that is her career high.
I thought she had it, but that was my math, so I was probably wrong. I was not mathing correctly. I think what she does, she understands what is needed. She understands the game plan. She understands what we're supposed to do, and she is the most vocal player we have on the court. I think we talked about that last week, and that matters. It really does. She took a charge this game as well, which is not on a stat sheet. So I think her vocalness, the players, her teammates can get where they need to get because she's doing a lot of communicating, and hopefully we can continue to raise the bar with everybody else. But that alone is really helping her when she's out on the court. It's helping her be successful with her teammates.
Jordana Reisman, 8 points, 6 rebounds on Sunday. She was dealing with some foul trouble, kind of limited her PT a little bit perhaps. But how do you feel like you're really your only post player who's available at the moment? How is she handling her responsibilities right now?
Man, she's had a load. I mean, she has had a load in terms of what we're asking her to do. We're asking her to score, rebound, defend. Oh yeah, I need you to play as many possible minutes as you can, because when we talk about the depth, that's the thinnest we are in that position. So she plays a lot of minutes. I'm really proud of her and what she's able to do. She's able to still give us a presence offensively, and we've still got to find ways to get her the basketball where she can be successful.
Quick thought on last Wednesday. Illinois got the win, 70-62. Hung tough against, I think, the best team you've seen all season in Illinois, but just wound up a little bit short in the end.
Yeah, that was really you walk away with a lot of different emotions. One, we had a chance to win. I mean, so it's a 2-point game with a minute left, essentially. And, you put yourself in position to win. So I'm really happy that we did that. That's what we need right now. We need to be in position to have a chance, and we did that. We just didn't finish it. That's where we've got to still be a little tougher, be a little bit better on both ends of the court. Going back, I was proud of our team. I was. We tried. I know we mentioned this earlier. Tried to junk it up a little bit defensively. Tried to throw a lot of different things at them. I think that worked. I think that helped us. I think it kept them out of a flow offensively. Going back and watching it, there were so many possessions. I'm like, oh, we're right there, and we talked to our team about this, our margin for error. I think we've even talked about it, Brad. Our margin for error is small, and you never know when that play could have turned the game, and it could have been a first quarter possession, third quarter, doesn't matter when it is. that's why we've got to try to be more consistent, make less mistakes throughout a game.
Wanted to make sure to shout out Lisa Thompson's play in that game. At Joliet, Illinois native, she scored a season-high 11. And, in a game where your offense at times had trouble getting going, she really provided you a spark, I thought. We
needed that in particular when she came into the game. I mean, we were really struggling. We were going to have to make something out of nothing offensively, and she does have that ability. She can create a shot at any time, and so I thought her coming in and giving us that was really important for us to breathe and just say, oh, okay, we can do this, and that was really good to see. That
is Mizzou women's hoops head coach Kellie Harper. Again, coming up at about 6:30, we're going to hear from one of her standout reserves, Jayla Smith. Up next, though, the latest film session. We'll dive into that coming up next when Tiger Talk continues from Harpo's in downtown Columbia on the Central Bank Tiger Network from Learfield.
The home for Tiger Talk Coaches shows is Harpo's Bar and Grill in downtown Columbia. Join us Tuesdays or Wednesday nights for the inside scoop on all things Mizzou basketball. Hear from the voice of the Tigers, Mike Kelly, along with Mizzou women's head coach Kellie Harper at 6 p.m. and Mizzou men's head coach Dennis Gates at 7 p.m. Come early, grab your spot, and enjoy great food and drink specials during the show. That's Tiger Talk, only at Harpo's Bar and Grill. Visit MUTigers.com for the full show schedule.
Black and gold season never ends at the Tiger Team Store. Gear up for game day with the largest official selection of black and gold gear and gifts. From the latest Mizzou SEC gear to everything you need for your tailgate, the Tiger Team Store is your store for all things Mizzou. The Tiger Team Store has moved and is now located inside Mizzou Arena. Open Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. until 5 p.m. with extended hours on game day or online at TigerTeamStore.com. It's always black and gold season at the Tiger Team Store.
What does it mean to be locally owned and operated? For Cenex, it means everything. It means that we know if you take your coffee to go or if you like to stay a while. It means we've helped Little Leagues get jerseys and local festivals get funding. It means we know what our communities need, so you'll always leave Cenex with a full tank, full of snacks, or full of smiles, or all of the above. And that means the world to us. Cenex, powered locally.
The most powerful ideas come from understanding. By asking what's important here. At Great Southern Bank, we start by asking our customers to find out how we're doing and what they really need. Then we get to work, making banking easier and more effective, financing more flexible, and our communities better places to live. It's an ongoing team effort to keep improving how we serve our neighbors day after day. And it all starts with understanding what really matters. Learn more at GreatSouthernBank.com. Member FDIC.
It's time to get back into routine that focuses on you. Move better, feel better, simply live better at Wilson's Fitness. Escape reality in the indoor saltwater pool. Detox from the saunas or heat things up with our hot yoga. Wilson's is here to support you, motivate you, and help smash your goals with group fitness classes, personal coaching, and endless amenities. Move better, feel better, simply live better at Wilson's Fitness in Columbia. Visit them at wilsonsfitness.com.
Which schools will take home the prestigious Learfield Directors Cup for the top college athletic programs for the 2025-26 college athletic season? Check out the criteria and follow the year-long standings of your favorite team at L Directors Cup on the X platform or online at thedirectorscup.com. Trophies will be awarded in June 2026 to the winning institutions in all college sports divisions. The Learfield Directors Cup, powered by NACTA, the crowning achievement in college athletics.
Dow up the near sideline, left to right. Off the screen to the top of the arc, all the way to the far left wing. Hands it off to Shrek, top of the arc, Slaughter. Shot taken a triple. Gives to Abby for a deep one. Bang! Back-to-back threes from Shrek to make it interesting here in Como. Tiger Talk continuing for the final time in 2025 from Harpo's in downtown Columbia with head coach Kellie Harper. Again, the Mizzou ladies back in action at home against North Alabama on Sunday at noon. Tiger Talk brought to you by Shelter Insurance, ranked #1 in customer satisfaction for auto insurance in the Central region by J.D. Power. 7 out of the last 8 years. We're your shield. We're your shelter. And don't forget, you can show your swagger with a Tiger checking card from Central Bank, the only place for Tiger checking. Open it today at centralbank.net. net. Back by popular demand, it's film session time with Coach Harper. And, Coach, you wanted to focus on some of the offensive sets that you've been liking lately.
I did. We have a lot of different actions that we were wanting to show. I pared it down. I think I got about 5 clips here that we can talk through. I didn't come up with a lot of defensive ones, Brad. So
maybe later in the year.
Well, Jayla's here, so Jayla can hear, hey, maybe we need to up that game. So Kellie's got some film to show next week or next time we're here. So with that, we'll get rolling. I've got Nick Norris in the back. So I appreciate you, Nick, for helping us out. We're gonna run these plays. So our first action, we're going to start with horns action. So when you hear horns action, right now, this is what you're going to see. You've got two players, I shouldn't say post players, 2 players above the elbow extended in this set. Everybody in the country runs a horn set. Okay, so this is very universal. You can go ask your next time you run into a coach, just ask them how you like the horn set. It'll make you sound good, and they'll probably tell you what they run out of it. So we're going to run this action. We're going to come off a ball screen over to the right. Lisa comes off. Grace is going to roll. We hit up top. If you pause there for a second, when Abby gets that up top, she's going to look at Grace. So we're going to look for a high-low. So it gives us 2 opportunities to throw the ball in. We could have thrown it, but a little suspect there because you can see the two wings on the side kind of pinching in. So we reversed it over here to Jayla. Look, I started with Jayla because she's in the house, okay? I wanted to make sure everybody saw a clip of Jayla first. Jayla does a good job now of seeing one-on-one. We get the ball inside to Grace. And then what we're seeing now, pause just a second. What we're seeing now, our post players are a lot of times seeing double teams. This was almost a triple team. They're either hard digging on our post or they're really going into trap. This particular time, I think they were going to trap from the weak side. I think they were actually supposed to dig from the strong side. Jayla does a good job of relocating. She passes it, relocates to the baseline, and Grace finds her, knocks it down for a 3. Jayla, that was pretty, by the way. Really good job. Our next set, I want to show you a combination of action that we have. So we've got a double screen, split screen, ball screen action within our offense. And so we come down the floor. We're going to start with just a double screen. So pause right there. You can see 2 players, that's Grace and Jordana, screening for Abby. So it's a double screen or a stagger screen coming up to the top. So Abby comes up to the top. She catches it. Now we're going to hit the high post, and we're going to screen away. We'll call this a split screen, and we make a read here. Sanaya Tyler's in this action, so I think she back cuts here or undercuts, and then Abby pops back. We get a lot of 3s off of this action if we set the screens, if we get to the screens quickly and then actually cut to score. Then we actually get some opportunities there. But that immediate action is followed by a ball screen. You can see right here, we'll play the ball screen. We don't get anything initially, but on a delayed roll, we hit Jordana for a layup. So a lot of action there.
Coach, you have a lot of sets, or maybe it just ends up that way a lot, where the post player, usually it's Jordana Reisma, gets the ball at the high post to kind of initiate the offense. Why is that?
Well, it gives us a lot of spacing. We're not going to be the biggest team out there, so there are going to be some games that we're going to have a harder time scoring on the block. So we want to move her around the best we can. It opens up driving lanes. It opens up the block. I'll show you one in a minute, though, where she's on the block and she creates a driving lane. But we like the action up top. It allows us some freedom within our offense.
Very good. Let's continue the film session with Coach Harper.
So we're looking to get a lot of 3s off. This will be an opportunity for us to find another 3, and it's a feel behind action. So on this one, we're coming in transition. Grace is pushing in transition, hits Lisa. Lisa's going to drive. We talk about paint touches. Paint touches are vital to our success. So Lisa gets a paint touch. She really can't make the drift pass, which would be the pass with her left hand out of bounds. Grace is behind the ball, so she can't really hit her to her left. So one thing that we'll do, we'll come to a stop, and we'll turn back around, and what we want someone to feel behind in the path that the driver took, if that makes sense. So that is very hard to defend. You get sucked in as a defender, and then here she comes back. Abby is exactly where she's supposed to be, and Lisa finds her. It's not just about the ball handler. it's about everyone else, because as a ball handler, I've got to read my defender, I got to read your defender, then I got to read you, I got to figure out where you're going to be. We take the guessing game out. All you have to read is the defense, because the offense is going to be where they're supposed to be.
With the personnel you had out there, too, so it's Lisa Thompson's driving from the left wing. You had Schreck, Slaughter, Smith, and Sotel out there. And by percentages, the worst three-point shooter of those four is Schreck, who was one of the SEC leaders in three-pointers made. So is that something, too, with the personnel you have out there? I'm guessing that puts a ton of pressure on a defense.
It does. And in particular, if you're just trying to get threes, it doesn't work that way. You've got to get to the paint. You've got to get to the paint, and then you have to have great spacing. In all of these clips, excellent spacing on our team's part. We don't always have great spacing. I'm bringing you the really good clips, so you guys get to see the positive ones. But that is one area I've been proud of, to be honest with you, that we've had good spacing out of our offense. So this one, we're going to show you another. We talked a little bit about when Grace got doubled there. We're going to show you another one, and the highlight of this one is our spacing. So right here, just stop right there. Look at our spacing, okay? That is about as good as you can get. You've got one post player in, and you've got everybody spaced out. It makes it hard to double. It makes it hard to pinch in. There's a lot of gaps. It really does start with our spacing off the ball. So Jordana's posting up. Again, we want paint touches. You can get those by cuts. You can get those by a pass. You can get those by a drive. This one was by a pass. Sanaya throws it to Jordana. Jordana recognizes, we already knew we were getting double teamed. We get double teamed here very quickly. Chloe, I'm guessing right now that she's calling for the ball. Her hands are up, like I'm about to make a three right here. If you can just find me in the corner, you have to communicate those double teams. Jordana does a great job of finding that. They scramble out of it, but they're just way too late. Let me pause right there. Nick, if you can go back just a second. When Chloe catches this, if for some reason they had done a great job of closing out on Chloe, you can see the next pass is up top to Grace. Look how ready she is to catch and shoot that. That's exactly what you want to see. And Sanaya's pointing, next pass, you need her right there. There she is. Chloe makes the right decision, but we're even one step ahead that if that shot doesn't go off, we're ready for the next opportunity. But Chloe sealed the deal on that one. And then the last one I wanted to show was actually not a three. And what this is, I've been talking. So again, you get so consumed in wanting to shoot threes, but if you start playing that way, you lose aggressiveness a little bit, and you really have to work in to get out. And on this one, we've been talking to Chloe about putting the ball on the floor and driving straight to the basket instead of turning. So this one, we have a couple ball screens as we go here. Grace is going to come screen for Sanaya. She drives in, pause right there, nothing doing. And she's not going to force it. That's not an issue. Our spacing is really good. We kick it back up top, and then we're going to reverse the ball. And now we're going to get Chloe on a ball screen. And here's what I want to show you right here. On this weak side, this is exactly the spacing we need. If we're going to be on this is a loaded side over here. We've got two people. We got one locked in the corner. Shannon's locked in. We've got a wing. Jordana's on this block. If she cuts up to the high post right now, Brad, like she does a lot, it's going to get in the way. So she's going to stay low. As Chloe drives this off, watch Jordana. Boom, right there. Oh, that's so good. This makes me so happy.
She's sealing off a defensive player in the middle of the lane.
She is sealing, and what it does, it gives, if Chloe's man had cut Chloe off, Chloe could bounce it back. I wish everybody at home could see me like dribbling right now.
Like an old national champion point guard.
Here. Like she could bounce it out, bounce past, drop it right down to Jordana for a left-handed drop step. But Chloe's man doesn't guard her, so she can use this duck in like a screen and get a clear layup to the basket. Love that. Love that. And that's where we talk to our players about actually driving on top of the post players at times.
A lot of good stuff for a Mizzou offense that is averaging 77 points per game and one of the top 25 in terms of efficiency in the country. So I've seen a lot of good stuff on offense so far.
Thanks a lot.
All right, that's Film Session with Coach Harper. Appreciate that. We're going to give Coach a little bit of a break. And up next, we will hear from the Indianapolis native, who's been one of the best 6th women in the country so far this season. So stay with us. This is Tiger Talk from Harpo's in downtown Columbia on the Central Bank Tiger Network from Learfield.
When I smoke weed, I get lost in the music. I like to isolate each instrument. The rhythmic bass, the harmonies on the piano, the sticky melody.
Hey, careful, babe. There's someone crossing the street.
Sorry, I didn't see him there.
If you feel different, you drive different. Don't drive high. It's dangerous and illegal everywhere. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Hey, Dad, how do airplanes fly? What's in this box? Is this tree good for climbing? How are babies made? What does this thing do?
Kids are curious about everything, including guns. Talking to them about gun safety in your home is a good first step, but you can do more. Always keep your guns locked, unloaded, and stored separately from ammunition. Safe gun storage saves lives. Learn how to make your home safer at endfamilyfire.org. That's endfamilyfire.org. Brought to you by End Family Fire, Brady, and the Ad Council.
You wanted to be cool, which led you to smoking, which led to a pack a day. Then you met that special someone, which led to starting a life with them, which led to wanting to live longer, which led to quitting. Then you heard you may be at risk for lung cancer, which led you to getting a low-dose CT scan. If you smoked, get scanned. Talk to your doctor and learn more at savedbythescan.org. Brought to you by the American Lung Association and the Ad Council.
When your car is making a strange noise, no matter what it is, you can't just pretend it's not happening.
That's an interesting sound.
It's like your mental health. If you're struggling and feeling overwhelmed, it's important to do something about it. It can be as simple as talking to someone or just taking a deep, calming breath to ground yourself. Because once you start to address the problem, you can go so much further. The Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ad Council have resources available for you at loveyourmindtoday.org.
There's danger out there. It lurks on highways and quiet neighborhood streets. It's more likely to kill you than a shark and more terrifying than the biggest snake. Distracted driving claims lives every day. Every notification, swipe, social post, video, or selfie while driving risks your life. So while you might think public speaking or the zombie apocalypse is scary, what's really terrifying and even deadly is distracted driving. Eyes forward. Don't drive distracted. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
We asked parents who adopted teens to share their journey.
If you build a relationship, then it becomes easier. If you build trust, it becomes easier. As a parent, you want what's best for your child. To give them the love that a child needs. It's probably the best thing you can do for a teenager.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. Visit adoptuskids.org to learn more. A message brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
Jackson with 8 to shoot. Goes to her right to the elbow. Looks down low, but the pass is tipped by Smith. Stolen by Dow. Mizzou on the run out. Shannon takes it right down the lane and lays it up and in with 20 seconds to go in the third. Tiger Talk continuing from Harpo's in downtown Columbia. I'm Brad Tornago. Mizzou Athletics would like to thank our premier partners of the Diamond Club, MU Healthcare, Shelter Insurance, and Multiply Credit Union. And don't forget, you can partner with the Tigers and the Food Bank, the official charitable partner of Mizzou Athletics. Visit scoreagainsthunger.org to learn more about the Score Against Hunger campaign presented by MPICS. And shout out to our flagship stations, including KTGR, for all their work with the 1-for-1 holiday food drive here in Columbia earlier today. Coach Harper will be back with us shortly, but right now we're going to introduce you to a 6-foot graduate student from Indianapolis who most recently played at Purdue. Jayla Smith is going to be with us for the next few minutes, and happy to have her here. She's been having a terrific season so far, coming off the bench, averaging 9 points a game, leading the team in steals and blocks and field goal percentage, and I think 3-point percentage, or at least close to that as well. And also, it was Jayla's birthday yesterday. Let's give it up for Jayla. Wish her a happy birthday.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us. How did you celebrate?
Basketball practice.
Basketball practice, yay.
My birthday is usually, in the middle of the season, so I haven't celebrated since I was about 17 years old. So
I have a January birthday, so I can relate. I'm usually working on my birthday too. Did you get a card or a friendly text from Zaya Nugent, number 22 for St. Louis? It seemed like you two got to know each other a little better on Sunday.
Yeah, there was a little bit of talk there, but I had to keep my composure. Still representing Mizzou at the end of the day.
I'm sure that birthday card is in the mail from her, certainly.
Yes, for sure.
50-40-90 is a plateau where a player is considered elite when it comes to offensive efficiency. It's 50% shooting from the field, 40% from three, 90% from the free throw line. Jayla Smith so far, 54% from the field, 46% from three, 91% from the free throw line. Just terrific numbers. And these percentages are way up compared to your Purdue years. Why do you think that is?
I would first just say confidence, going out there more freely and, just having the team and the coaches around me and just be able to do that.
It's not just that. You also lead the team in steals and blocks, like I mentioned. You had 4 steals and 6 blocks in one game against Arkansas State. You're the first Tiger to do that since Christine Flores about 14 years ago. She's a post player, by the way. How do you approach defense in general?
I would just say having my head on the swivel, being long, of course. I think just my athletic ability just gave me the talent to do so.
We're talking with Jayla Smith here on Tiger Talk. Is that Arkansas State game your favorite so far this season, or is there another one?
I would say so, but I would honestly say one of my favorite games, even though we did lose, was Illinois game. I did. Our fight was something I was excited to see about, but I know that our work that we put in is going to pay off in future games.
Well, like I mentioned, you came from Purdue, and we'll talk a little bit more about that coming up. But I'm guessing you're pretty familiar with Illinois from being in the same conference in the Big Ten. Do you feel like showing that fight in a game like that gives you some optimism heading into SEC play in a few weeks?
Yes, like I said, I think that's what I was most excited for, but as I look what we have ahead of us, I want to keep seeing that from my teammates and myself as well.
Well, as I mentioned, all the terrific numbers you've been putting up so far this year, all of that has come off the bench. You play starters minutes basically, but just don't start in the game. Mm-hmm. What have been some advantages for you getting to watch the first couple of minutes from the sidelines?
I would say the intensity as well. I think it does help me because I also play and feed off my teammates as well. And then also just seeing what my coaches need from me. Just like they said, being that spark to come in the game. And I'm happy and excited to do that.
We're talking with Jayla Smith here on Tiger Talk. You only got to play in 2 games last season. Was it challenging for you, A, having to sit out so long, mm-hmm. and B, once you were back and playing, was it tough to kind of get back in a flow on the court?
Yeah, I would say that, especially coming in the summer, we really worked at it this summer on the court, on the track, in the weight room. But sitting out, I saw the game from a different perspective. So that did help me a lot. But in all, I was just glad to be back in it. And I just saw another opportunity.
You're from Indianapolis, Miss Indiana basketball out of Lawrence North High School, then 4 years at Purdue in West Lafayette, Indiana. Was it hard for you to leave your home state?
A little bit, but I was happy as well to, go off from home. I knew everybody, talked to everybody, and going somewhere where I didn't know a lot of people, I was able to create for my own self and, just see who I was as a person. So that's something I really much did enjoy.
So you hop in the portal. I'm guessing Mizzou was not the only school that expressed interest. Mm-hmm. What was it about Mizzou that made you feel like it was the right place for you?
At first, I would just say the people around me, and that started off with my coaches. I came out here, the girls were, I think they were on break or finishing up school. So I just like what I saw around me, like I said. And then also the conference, playing the SEC, playing at the highest level was something that I knew I could do.
Michael Scruggs was an assistant at Purdue before joining Kellie Harper's staff here. Did him coming here, too, help with that decision?
Oh, yes, of course. He's known my game ever since I was in 8th grade. So he was a great influence for me. And, also, like you said, being away from home. So I felt that a little bit with him, being comfortable in that way. So, yeah, that was big.
A couple more minutes with Jayla Smith here on Tiger Talk. So finals week. in progress right now here at Mizzou? Are you basically done for the semester, or do you have a little more left?
A little bit more left as of midnight tonight. After this, I'll be going home and finishing up a paper. So that would be it. Like you said, I've been in it for 4 or 5 years, so a lot of school that I've been through. So, yeah, I'm about ready to wrap it up.
Well, if you got something to do in a few hours, we'll try to wrap you up. Just a couple more questions before we do. You've told me in the preseason that your dream job, whenever basketball's done, your dream job is to own your own shoe company. What is it about that made you want to get into that space?
Ever since I was younger, I've loved having, like, the new Jordans that came out. You always want to walk in school and have those new fresh sneakers. But just being my own boss growing up, my own father, he owned his own business with lawn care, snow in the wintertime. So I've watched him and what it takes just to be your own boss. So I know that's what I want to do and just be my own leader.
I've heard stories about there are some basketball players that, like, they have a pair of shoes and they wear those shoes until the soles are coming off, basically. Mm-hmm. And then there are some people that are like, okay, I'm wearing something if they can afford it, or they're in the pros or whatever. Yeah. I'm wearing something fresh every game. Where do you land?
Now, when it comes to basketball, I pretty much stick to the same shoe. I want to be comfortable in my shoes and not having to break in a new shoe every game. But I think that's where I am now. Off the court, yeah, I want to step in something fresh.
How many pairs of shoes does Jayla Smith have in her closet right now?
Back about 10 minutes away, I probably have at least, I would say, 20 pairs. Now, back at home, I probably have about 40 pairs. But I like to,
in my storage closet, I have another couple dozen. But.
Yeah, I've came across a lot of shoes, but I also like to buy, sell, and trade my shoes a lot. So that's where a lot of my shoes come in and out.
Already a businesswoman. I like it. Do you have a favorite pair? Do you have a pair that's like, there's no way I'm selling this pair?
Oh, I would say my Jordan 5s. I had to look those up. But, yeah, Jordan 5s, I would say those are my favorite pair.
Okay, well, we'll look for you in whatever pair of shoes you're in to keep balling out like you have so far here at Mizzou. Thanks a lot for your time, and welcome to Columbia.
Thank you.
That is Jayla Smith. Appreciate her joining us here on Tiger Talk. Coach Harper returns after this to look ahead to one of the last games of 2025. Tiger Talk, Harpo's downtown Columbia on the Central Bank Tiger Network from Learfield.
The Club at Old Hawthorne is a terrific golf course with amazing practice facilities, which is why the Mizzou golf teams play here. Here's what you might not know. The Club at Old Hawthorne is a community with a welcoming environment that's a perfect fit for an active lifestyle. Golf, tennis, pickleball, swimming, and a fitness center with classes all at one club. The Club at Old Hawthorne. Visit oldhawthorne.com to learn more or schedule a tour. I'm Mike Kelly, the voice of the Missouri Tigers. How much do I love Old Hawthorne? I live here.
Life is loud, chaotic, hilarious, and occasionally peaceful. Your life fits you. So why settle for life insurance that fits someone else? At Shelter Insurance, our local agents help you design a personal protection plan backed by award-winning customer service. To get started, find an agent at shelterinsurance.com. We're your shield. We're your shelter. Shelter Life Insurance Company, Columbia, Missouri.
Tiger fans, let's salute the real heroes, our military service members. Veterans United Home Loans is proud to honor them as the hero of the game. Know a veteran or active duty service member who deserves the spotlight? Nominate your hero today at veteransunited.com/hero. That's veteransunited.com/hero. Help us recognize those who've served with courage, dedication, and pride.
The Missouri Laborers Union and their contractors build our communities. Chances are your church, school, grocery store, or gas station was built by contractors using union laborers. They take great pride in their work and accomplishments and love to go by an old project and say, I built that. The men and women of the Missouri Laborers Union and their contractors, taking pride in building our communities. Go to buildunion.com for more information. That's buildunion.com.
It's game day, Tigers. When you fly from Columbia Regional Airport, you've already got the home court advantage. Skip the stress. Enjoy fast check-ins, short security lines, and nonstop flights on American and United Airlines. Whether it's the big tournament or your next getaway, COU makes every trip a winning play. Score your travel advantage at flycou.com. See you at COU, your home court in the sky.
The home for Tiger Talk Coaches shows is Harpo's Bar and Grill in downtown Columbia. Join us Tuesdays or Wednesday nights for the inside scoop on all things Mizzou basketball. Hear from the voice of the Tigers, Mike Kelly, along with Mizzou women's head coach Kellie Harper at 6 p.m. and Mizzou men's head coach Dennis Gates at 7 p.m. Come early, grab your spot, and enjoy great food and drink specials during the show. That's Tiger Talk, only at Harpo's Bar and Grill. Visit MUTigers.com for the full show schedule.
Slaughter, deep three to answer, got it straight on. First three for Slaughter tonight makes it 41-37 Illinois. Tiger Talk continuing from Harpo's in downtown Columbia. Coach Kellie Harper back with us. Her team back in action at home against North Alabama on Sunday at noon, looking to get to 11-3 on the season. We'll break down the matchup with the Lions coming up. Just heard from Jayla Smith, coach, and again, these efficiency numbers for her are pretty remarkable. I mean, that 50-40-90 benchmark, she's just blowing past that right now.
You know, I'm just proud of her consistency. I think, you know, for her, she's come in and she and I were talking about it, and she said she's heard the same thing. She plays very careful. I don't know if careful is the right word because she is aggressive. She does not overcomplicate things. If something's there, she takes it. If it's not, she does something else with it. And I think that's been who she is. And I think it's been much needed because, you know, obviously we have our big three scorers that have been pretty consistent all season. That doesn't work if you don't have other players step up and make plays. And Jayla's really given us a spark defensively. She's given us a spark with her offensive production. And so I love what she's given for us right now. Coming off the bench, and you've said it, I mean, one of the best 6 players of the year right now. And we really, really need that. We have to have a spark coming off the bench.
Why do you like her in that kind of super sub role?
Yeah, well, I think she's just poised. You know, she's not I think she can come in and affect the game on either end of the court. She brings athleticism, yet skill set as well. She's helped us handle the basketball versus the press. She's been able to rebound. So she's really done just about everything for us, and that's handy. You know, that's handy when you have that, and you know you're putting that in the game.
A couple injury updates just real quick. We have not seen Hannah Linthicum or Sydney Maines yet so far this season. Anything new you can tell us on their status?
No, nothing new. You know, we just work with our training staff and our medical staff just to make sure we're doing everything that we can do, and the players are you know, doing what they can do, and we just take it day by day.
You've gone out of your way to highlight, though, the energy and the good vibes that they're bringing, even though they're not able to play right now.
Oh, my goodness. Both Hannah and Sydney, and then now you throw Avery in that category as well. Oh, my goodness. They're literally the most engaged injured players I've ever seen, ever. I'm not exaggerating. We do a scouting report quiz, Brad. We do a scouting report quiz on game day. I mean, we have the buzzers.
You got buzzers.
We have the buzzers and everything.
That was awesome, by the way.
I mean,
I saw that once. It was pretty cool.
It's legit.
And it's intense.
It
also.
is very intense, and the players want to win. And Hannah and Sydney and Avery, they're all involved. Even though they're not going to, you know, they've not been able to step foot on the floor, they don't have to know the scout. You wouldn't think they'd have to know the scout, but they know the scout as well as anyone, so that they can buzz and win the quiz. So they stay engaged, not just with that, but also keeping the spirits up and keeping the positive vibes going.
That is Mizzou Women's Hoops head coach Kellie Harper. If you miss any parts of this episode or just want to listen to them again, this episode, along with other great content and episodes, available on the Inside Mizzou Athletics podcast presented by Shelter Insurance. Be sure to subscribe today wherever you listen to podcasts. Genteel is now the apparel provider of the Tiger Radio Network. Check out the collection of Mizzou apparel available now at genteelapparel.com or at Bingham's in downtown Columbia the next time you're in town for a game. Genteel Apparel, a proud partner of Mizzou Athletics. What to expect this weekend as the Tigers go for a second straight win. That's coming up next here from Harpo's in downtown Columbia. Tiger Talk on the Central Bank Tiger Network from Learfield.
You say you never give in to a meltdown and never fill your feed with kid photos. You say you'd never put a pacifier in your mouth to clean it. and never let them run wild through the grocery store. So when you say you'd never let them get into a car without you there, know it can happen. 1 in 4 hot car deaths happen when a kid gets into an unlocked car and can't get out. Never happens. Before you leave the car, always stop, look, lock. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Let's take a moment to breathe. Deep inhale. Extend your spine. Remain focused on what you're doing. If safe to do so, exhale slowly, leaning to one side. Inhale back to center. If safe to do so, exhale slowly to the opposite side. Find mental health resources at loveyourmindtoday.org. This message is brought to you by the Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ad Council.
Put your phone on D&D, that means that do not disturb when you're driving. And when you're going from point A to B, I need you to stay safe, please, so always sing with me. So put your phone on D&D, that means that do not disturb when you're driving. And when you're going from point A to B, I need you to stay safe, please, so always remember this beat.
Don't drive distracted. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
We asked parents who adopted teens to share their journey.
When I met both of them, it was like my missing pieces were found. Like it was just like an instant, these are my kids. If you're considering adopting a teen, just do it. Kids need families. I don't care the age, everybody deserves a family.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. Visit adoptuskids.org to learn more. A message brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
My name is Teresa Barber. I was in the United States Navy, and I served overseas in the Middle East and Africa. Early on in my career, I had a commander that taught our suicide prevention training, and the very next day, he took his own life. 90% of suicide attempts involving a gun are fatal. My way of continuing my service is to help protect my community by being a responsible gun owner and by storing firearms safely. Store all your guns securely. Help stop suicide.
Brought to you by End Family Fire and the Ad Council.
This message is for Shauna, my mom, who just finished her high school diploma. I wanted to say I'm so proud of you for finishing school. You taught me it's never too late to achieve your dreams. I hope to make you as proud as you have made me.
When you graduate, they graduate. Finish your high school diploma for you and for them. Visit finishyourdiploma.org to find free and supportive adult education centers near you. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Top of the arc now Slaughter with Mizzou down by 4. Right wing Thompson. Top of the arc Sotel has space. Open 3 up and in there. Down to a 1-point deficit. Couple more minutes with Mizzou head coach Kellie Harper on the final Tiger Talk of 2025. Our next show will be on January 13th of 2026. Comedian Nate Bargatze is coming to Mizzou Arena in 2026 on February 21st, to be more specific, for his Big Dumb Eyes World Tour. Purchase your tickets on Ticketmaster now. North Alabama is the next opponent, Sunday at noon. They're actually playing right now at Alabama A&M, and late in the first half, the Lions of UNA are up 30-27. They'll either be 5-5 or 6-4 when they come to Columbia on Sunday. They've played one power conference game. It was a 28-point loss at Oklahoma. Understanding a lot of your scouting report may be based off a game that's happening as we're talking, but what are some of your early thoughts on your next matchup?
Well, I think for us, we want to be aggressive. We want to be consistent. Coming out of finals, coaches are we always worry about everything, right? And so we've had a couple of days to actually work on ourselves. Here recently, we just feel like it's been practice. Game prep. All of our practice has been game prep. And so finally, for 2 days, we got to work on us, do a little bit of install, get quite a bit of shooting in, and now we'll take the next 2 days, Friday and Saturday, and turn our vision towards our next opponent. And I think for us is we want to be as sharp as we can be. We want to be, we want to improve on every game and make sure we're not overlooking any opponent, because as I've said it before, we are not the team that can walk out on the court and just win. We can't. So we've got to come out and perform.
the team, one other thing that was going on recently, your team had a financial literacy session yesterday with someone from Edward Jones. It is getting close to the end of the year. Got to make sure the taxes are in order these days, especially in the NIL and rev share era. But what's the importance of having sessions like that for your players?
Yeah, I think obviously we do some things, and through the athletic department we do some things, and love that we have career opportunities, financial literacy opportunities, and then opportunities for our athletes to grow as people, not just athletes. And I think they took advantage of that, and we were able to hopefully find some gap in their finals that we can give them some information. They're walking away here, with a better comprehension of what it looks like beyond college.
What's Christmas like in the Harper house? I'm guessing it's usually in the middle of a basketball season, so I'm not sure how much time you're able to set aside for that.
This year is actually this is going to be one of the shortest Christmas breaks that I've had personally, just the way the calendar fell. We always want to be with our family, and so we usually travel, and it's not always easy, but John and I made a commitment a long time ago that's what we want to do, and so somehow, some way, at some point, we'll get to Tennessee to see my family, and then we'll move down maybe into Georgia. We're not even sure exactly where it's going to be to visit his family, and then right back up here. I'll have to get back in town on the 26th because we've got a game coming up, so we'll have to be practicing on the 26th.
Your son Jackson spreading some holiday cheer with the elf outfit.
Yeah, so it was a Christmas character day at his school, and he came and we had a little Christmas get-together today with our team. He came in, and he's dressed like this, so I pulled out some candy canes for him to pass around. If you're going to be dressed like that, and when I say like that, for those of you at home, I can't even explain to you what
he's got the ears going, but he's a teenage boy, so he's, of course, wearing shorts in December.
Shorts in December, red and white socks. We got a lot of colors going on, but he is passing out candy canes, so thank you. He definitely loves being in the center of attention, so he's enjoying this.
Sounds good. Coach, this is our last chance to talk here in this setting before the holidays. So Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays to you and yours. We'll talk to you again here in January, okay?
Thank you, and to all our fans out there as well. We'll see you soon.
That is head coach Kellie Harper. Our thanks to her. Our thanks to Jeremy Washington, our on-site engineer, Cale Rollins back in Learfield, Sam Rowe from KMIZ, Haley Berry from MSP here, Nick Norris on the video coordination for us as well. For all of them, I'm Brad Tronago. Thanks for listening to Tiger Talk on the Central Bank Tiger Network from Learfield.
At MU Healthcare, believing anything is possible is how we treat every patient. It's how we find answers to medicine's most difficult questions, like uncovering new ways to help the body fight cancer, renewing